world seems to have demons around every corner. If you needed more reasons to fear the dark, then I present you today's list. From evil witches to the king of demons, today we review our top 10 disturbing demons in Indian mythology. Let's get started. Heads up guys, I'm probably gonna brutalize some of these pronunciations because they aren't everywhere, and as well as you know, I'm just awful at them. So here we go, I welcome correction as always. Number 10, Muhnochwa. The Muhnochwa is a terrifying creature with sharp edges who violently scratches off the faces of his victims and leaves them for dead. What it precisely looks like varies, but a common depiction describes it as like a hairy spider with soulless eyes. Spiders already have soulless eyes. Anyways. Though it sounds like the stuff of legend, in the early 2000s, the town of Kanpur, India blamed several attacks on the creature. Several people reported attacks at night and awoke with strange abrasions on their faces. But the strangest part is that they didn't remember anything before or after the attack. The Muhnochwa is known for attacking only at night, and strange blackouts also occurred in the town. Police as well as civilians became so convinced that the Muhnochwa was attacking their community that they led special searches at night, and then all at once the attacks stopped, though other parts of the country have had similar unexplained attacks. So is it real? Probably, I don't know. Number 9, Nishi Daak. Ever think you heard someone calling your name but no one is there? Well, if you do, make sure you wait until at least the third time before you go looking. A Nishi Daak is a dark entity that lures travelers deep into the forest areas by making it sound like a loved one is calling to you. If curiosity gets the better of you, it will lead you to a deserted area away from help and reveal itself in a terrifying form. After that, you're done for. The Nishi Daak will devour you and you will have no chance of escape. But remember how I said to wait for the third call? That's because it can only call out your name twice. So if the voices end after the second call, then keep walking, as it's sure to be the Nishi Daak. Number 8, Nale Baa. I'm sure I'm not the only one who would be creeped out to hear a knock on my door far too late in the evening. A knock on my door in general is weird. Use the doorbell, or just, you know, call first. Everybody texts to say you're here. When friends come over, they're like, I'm here, they never knock. It's weird to hear a knock in the first place. Anyways, if not for anything else but the Nale Baa. Her name was written on the doors and walls of small towns and villages in Bangalore to deter the spirit from entering. She is believed to be a dark demonic demon or spirit who walks the streets visiting people's houses. Some variations of the myth say that she is the spirit of a wandering bride seeking her husband. If you open the door to receive her, she will take the man of the house and bring bad luck to the household. Apparently she speaks in the voices of your friends and family in order to appear more trustworthy. The villagers write her name on the door to ward her off. Number 7, Boba. We've touched on sleep paralysis and the lore that surrounds it a bit on this channel, but for those who are unfamiliar, sleep paralysis is a common occurrence during what are called night terrors. Different from nightmares, which you can kind of shake yourself out of. Sleep paralysis is a state where your body remains entirely asleep but your mind is awake, so you're literally frozen where your eyes are just looking around. Imagine your dreams or your nightmares standing in your bedroom. Many people report seeing odd shadowy shapes and feeling a pressure on their chest, which could be the result of the Boba. The Boba is a dark shadowy entity that preys on those who sleep on their back. It strangles its victims to death while asleep and is said to be a paranormal explanation for sleep paralysis. Number 6, Baak. Do you have a fear of dark water or not being able to see the bottom of the water? I get that. It gets dark down there and anything could be lurking beneath us as we swim, even the Baak. The Baak is a grotesque creature who lurks near ponds and lakes and would do anything for a good meal of fish. The Baak is a common belief in the state of Assam, where fishermen rarely fish at night without garlic or chilies on them, because that's the only way to ward them off. Otherwise, the Baak will come from the water and disguise itself as a good friend. It'll be like, hey, what are you doing here? Let's walk. It will walk with you for a bit and then strike. Not only will it steal the catch of the day, it will either bury you in the ground or drag you beneath the depths of the water. Ooh. Terrifying, actually. That sounds awful. I hate that. I actually kind of always have that like weird imaginary moment when I'm walking by the ocean, but you didn't need to know that. Number 5, Vetalas. Vetalas are kind of like vampire-esque creature, except some gross extensions on their choice of cuisine. I always find this interesting that there are patterns around the world that kind of explain something. It's just interesting to me. They are dark creatures that live in cremation grounds and seek corpses to latch onto. They can leave vessels as they please, but while occupied, they must use their magic to fuel their host with blood. Legend says that a Vetala is created every time a child dies and isn't given the proper burial rites. Once the Vetala finds a body, it slithers inside, twisting the face in a way that makes the eyes turn into slits, and some say they resemble fruit bats. When the Vetala sucks blood from a living human, it allows the Vetala to live forever, but that doesn't mean it's done gorging itself. Number 4. Hiranyakashipu. Now let's talk about the king of demons, a proud, egotistical king who would stop at nothing until all kingdoms worshipped him. He wanted all to believe that he was the creator of the universe and that no one could control him, but even his own son refused to worship him. You could imagine that wasn't a very good look for an almighty ruler, so of course he tried to have his son killed. Every time he tried, he failed. Even when he asked his own sister to burn his son alive, he emerged unharmed. Vishnu protected him, and because the prideful god could not be killed by human, diva, or animal, Vishnu created a blend of creatures, creating something entirely different. It was called the Narakasura, and one day at twilight, he laid on the demon's lap and disemboweled him with his claws. Bye bye, king of demons. Enjoy storming the castle. Number 3. The Raktabija. Raktabija wasn't just one demon, but had the potential to be thousands all at once. If one drop of his blood hit the ground, another Raktabija would form, and worse than that, the creature would actually get more powerful when a new version of himself formed. As you can imagine, he was pretty hard to defeat. So the gods combined all of their power and created Kali, the destroyer of demons, a grotesque looking goddess decorated with bloody limbs. During their battle, of course, his blood poured onto the ground from his wounds, creating thousands of demons. But instead of letting the blood drop to the floor, Kali Mata pierced him and drank the blood flowing from her tongue. She drank every single drop until another army could no longer emerge. Number 2. Putana. Putana was an evil demon who was apt to taking the lives of the young wherever she could. When the god Krishna was just a baby, he was put on earth to help rid the world of demons. Upon hearing this, Putana disguised herself as a beautiful young woman, and nobody thought twice when letting her into the room. She laced her chest with poison so when she fed the babe, he would die, but the opposite happened. Krishna sucked the life force from her and she died in agony. Despite her intentions, Putana is also considered as a kind of foster mother to Krishna because she offered him milk. I don't know. Even though it was poisoned, she is also personified as an infantile disease or a bird symbolizing danger or warning of bad mothers. Number 1. Narakasura. Narakasura essentially belongs on every top 10 list we've ever done about evil killers. He was a demon king in Hindu mythology and ruled over Praxapuram, a cruel and ruthless killer. His people wished they could be free of him. One of the worst things he did was kidnap and torment 1,600 women just because he felt like it. He would also extend his bloodlust towards any who angered him or simply crossed his path. As a result of his cruelty, his people approached the god Krishna and begged him to intervene. And that was our top 10 list of disturbing demons in Indian mythology. If you liked this video and want to see more like it, do the thing. You know what to do. We love it. Comment on any more details we might have missed. As always, we welcome correction. And speaking of comments, let's get on to some comments shoutouts, shall we? Today's comments are from the video Top 10 Disturbing Caves People Got Trapped In. This was a terrifying video to do. Kimberly Clot says, "This was great. I love how she tells stories." Thank you so much, Kimberly. That's so nice of you to say, and that made my day, so thank you. Miss Lima says, "When you have claustrophobia but you still watch." Pinky Monkey responded, "Same." You guys, I warned you. You have no one else but you to blame, but I get it. It's so creepy you don't want to look away. It's just like sucked in. Like you won't actually do it, but you'll live vicariously through the terror of others. But I actually don't understand why that would be a thing with this show. Smokey Mason says, "I can only imagine how stressful this feels for the narrator." Dude, this was so hard. This one was really hard. Like you have to keep it together, and like we talk about horrible stuff on this channel all the time, but you have to keep it together. Man, this one, my stomach was like butterflies and like crazy turning. It was just awful. I I can't imagine what they went through. It's really, really, really awful and sad. So please, please, please be careful to all of you who are adventurers out there, please. Take smart risks. Jay Driver says, you are my fave host. I love all of the hosts, but you are mesmerizing, so gorgeous, and the way you tell stories really catches my attention. I can listen to you all day. Thank you so much. That's so kind, and that makes my day, so thank you. And that's all the time we have left for comments today. Thank you so much for supporting our channel. You guys make my day better, and thank you so much for being so kind. Have a great rest of your day, and until next time, take care.